Welcome back, my crafty friends and new crafty friends. If this is the first time you've joined me, thank you for stopping. What I want to do in this video is make paper beads. And maybe you've made paper beads and maybe not. But I wanted to show you some that I had made. Aren't these cute? And I made this one a little bit long. But I'll be showing you how I make paper beads. People do it differently. It's easier if you have a skewer, and I can't find mine, so I'm using a toothpick to roll them with. And so, yeah, I've been making a bunch lately because I like to make them for my journals and put them in my journals as charms. And also, once in a while, I use them on tassels. This is one that I made for one of my journals, and I've got regular beads in here mixed with my paper beads. And when you make the beads out of the paper scraps that you're using for whatever journal you're working on, they're gonna match. And so, yeah, I thought that one turned out pretty cute. Okay, so I cut most of them because I didn't want you to sit here listening to me cut paper. But the first thing I want to do is I kind of wonder what it would look like to use. This is my paper that I use when I coffee dye or anything like that. Sorry about the noise. Or just spritz paper, which is what I'm going to do right now. And sorry, I forgot to get my spray. It's right here. I think I'll use this antique bronze. And this is Tim Holtz. Whoops, I just sprayed myself. Distress Mica Spray, antique bronze. And I'm almost out of it. I need to get some more. I use it. It's my go-to. I've got several mica sprays, and this is the one I like the best, obviously. But anyway, we're gonna spritz this a little bit. Not wanting to come out very well. So I did this first because it needs a few minutes to dry, and then we will try and make a couple beads out of that, see what it looks like. So we're experimenting that together. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do is just show you how I cut these. You can see that they're long triangles, basically, is what they are. And the bead is going to be as wide as this end that you cut. So if you want them wider, which that's what happened here, I got this one a little wide, but that'll be cool. I can use that too. So I just put it in my cutter and cut, you know, some triangles. Okay, so I think you get the drift. That's really all there is to it. And I don't think we're going to need that anymore. So I put this piece of paper under here. It's not white, so it'll have problems focusing, but I'm trying to save my mat. I need to get one of those silicone mats to put on here whenever I do stuff like this. Okay, so what you want to do, I don't have any fingernails, so it's hard for me to pick stuff up. I start at the big end and had a toothpick. Here it is. You don't want to glue on here before you roll it a couple times, otherwise it's going to stick to your toothpick. So or whatever stick you're using. If you wanted to make bigger beads, you know, with bigger holes, of course, you could use a... And I just go ahead and put glue down here a little ways, so I don't have to keep doing it every... So you just want to kind of keep it going evenly. I will say it's a little harder doing it with a toothpick, but, you know, you do what you got to do, right? You use what you have. And this is what I have right now. I know I've got some wooden skewers around somewhere. They are a little bigger, but okay. I guess you can pick it up and do it this way too. And then you just want to try to keep this in the middle as much as possible. See, it's kind of going down to one end, so I want to kind of get it back to the middle. And also, however long you make these, it's gonna, if it's longer like this, it's gonna be thicker. I've got a few shorter pieces, so the beads won't be so thick. But then when you get down to the end, you want to just give it a good dollop of glue. Just like that. There you go. Before you know it, you have a bead. So cute. So I'll show you what I mean about the shorter one. This one's a shorter piece, so it's not going to be as fat a bead. Plump, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm going to make sure I stay in screen, sorry. So this is a fun thing to do if you can't really think of anything else to do, or you've lost your mojo a little bit. You just start making paper beads. Especially if you're a journaler. But this is something that your children can do also. Kids love to make these also. And so this would be a fun project to do with them. And then you could make jewelry with your beads. You could make a necklace or a bracelet, whatever. And I have a variety of colors. I like to use, you know, paper scraps. I didn't have a lot of these kind of scraps handy, so I just cut some up. This green piece was a scrap. So there's a green one. Very cute. Okay, and that's not quite, see, it's a little narrower than this one. So let's do the purple. And these papers right here are from Mindless Crafting digitals that I have. So if I make a journal with those digitals from Mindless Crafting, I will have beads to use that will match. They make beautiful digitals. So do a lot of the channels that I watch make very pretty digitals. There's so many digitals that you can get, like on Etsy, that are very inexpensive. I mean, I have been surprised at some of the wonderful digital kits I've gotten for $2, $3. I mean, I don't know how people do that, but maybe it's just volume. I don't know. But I've made a couple digitals, a few digital pages of my own from my own photographs with an AI program that I have. I think it's called Ease Us. And it's pretty simple to use. You do have to pay for it. It's like, if you pay $10 a month, then they give you, like, I don't know, tons of points. And then you can go in there, and so every time you create a digital, it costs you 10 points. So you get like 1,500 points for the month or something for $10. I don't know. So you can make a boatload of digitals like that. So I've made some pretty fall fall digitals from fall pictures that I've taken. And years ago, I went to a dahlia farm in Oregon where I used to live and took tons of pictures of these dahlias, and I got some really cool digitals out of those pictures. One of these days I will show them to you, because I'll probably end up making isn't that pretty? Very pretty, solid color. I'll probably end up making a journal with them at some point, or make a journal kit to send to somebody. Do that also, or do both. But yeah, so let's put a little glue on here. So I hope everyone who has been in the path of that storm is doing okay, that nobody's lost power. I know so many people are just ready to hunker down and try to get as prepared as they could. You just never know. I mean, I think maybe sometimes the weather, people try to make it sound way worse than it's gonna be so that people will be prepared, but I don't know. And sometimes you get caught off guard. It's like we got some snow Friday that was not on our radar till it started snowing, and it's like, it's snowing, and I'm like, oh duh. So it wasn't much, but it was like -1 on Friday, so it was very, very cold. And whatever we did get just froze. And I was supposed to have a hair appointment at 9 in the morning in town, and I canceled it because the last time I tried to go on our road when we had very little snow like this, but it was icy, I started sliding, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that again. So that one's very pretty. That's kind of Southwest colors once you get it rolled up. It's very pretty. So let's do another green one. So yeah, today it was a little warmer. It got up to, I think, about 13 or something, and all week long it's going to get warmer and warmer, and by next Sunday it's supposed to be almost 50. So, you know, we got a little cold snap too, but nothing like any of you who may be in the Midwest or the wherever it's going. It's like, just please stay warm and don't go out in it unless it's an emergency. It's not worth it. So, yeah, you could knock out a bunch of these in no time at all. And it's been about 16 minutes, and we've done, I think these are the ones that we've done. So, you know, not bad. Let's do another green one. It's a little bit easier if you pick it up. If you're using a toothpick, pick it up and roll it like this. Now, I saw somebody making beads one day, and they were bigger. I can't remember who it was. I'm sure there's a lot of videos out there on doing these, and probably better than what I'm making them, but this is kind of how I learned to do it. I need to go on and see how other people are making them. I know Charlotte Peterson is another one that loves to make beads. She's been on a bead making kick recently, and she's made a ton of beads, and they're so pretty. And that I'm sure she's got a video on how she make them, so I would check her out. Charlotte Peterson, that's her YouTube channel. Okay, there you go. Let's make one more blue one, and then we'll stop, because I think you guys have the idea. Oh, and then we'll make one or two out of the paper. Let's do that. This is dry by now, so let me just cut a couple pieces from this, and we'll try this. That's why I wanted to put the sparkle on there, so it wouldn't just be writing, but and then I suppose you could do other things to these beads when they're done. I mean, you could put Mod Podge on the outside of them to make them a little bit stronger and give them, you know, that shine that Mod Podge does. Or you could put you could spray these two after they're done. paper's a little thinner, this book, so I don't know how this is going to work. I have not made any with this before, so we're going to try it. And yes, you're covering up, you know, some of that spritzing you did, but it's okay because a lot of it's going to show. And you could just make little dangles with these too, just with this clip. And put like a seed bead on there and then one dangle. Or you could use a bulb pin too. Somehow. I don't know, you people that make jewelry could figure it out more than me. I don't make jewelry. I have a couple of the tools that you make jewelry with, and I have a few of the supplies, and I've picked up beads like at thrift stores and stuff like that to make this kind of thing with the, you know, the dangles and the tassels and charms for my journals. But as far as knowing how to make jewelry, no. One of my girlfriends that is not here right now, they're in Arizona for the winter. She makes jewelry a lot. She makes very pretty jewelry. Hi, Deb. So that wasn't too bad. It's kind of different. We'll just do one more. And then what you could do is just take those and spritz them again. You could spritz all of these with your sprays. That would be pretty. In fact, that might be a better thing to do so you're not covering up all what you did. So I'm doing this on Saturday. I've stayed in the last 2 days, which is very rare for me. If I stay home totally one day, that's kind of unusual. Well, there's usually one day a week that I totally stay home, don't do anything, don't go anywhere. But usually there's some reason that I have to go somewhere or get out of the house, whatever. But the last 2 days I have been here and I have been crafting most of the time. I should be cleaning up my craft room, which is what I'm about ready to do because I can't stand it. Okay, so there's the beads. And I think what I'm going to do with these is spray them. Why not? I think it will give them a little sparkle. And this spray is just about out. So that'll take them a few minutes to dry, but yeah, I think those are pretty. So thank you guys for coming by and trying this out with me, and that was fun. And see if you can try making some paper beads. And if you've got kids or grandkids, this is a great project for them too. They'll like it, pretty sure. I miss the times when I had my grandkids living by me, and we did a lot of crafts together when they were little, and I really miss those times. And everybody's living all over the country now, so I don't get to see them very often, which is sad, but, you know, we keep in touch all the time. It's just, you know, not able to get together very often. So, all right, thank you guys so much for stopping. Try your hand at it. Let me know what you think. All right? Okay, we'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.